So for a while there were so many Nissan sitting in dealerships in the United States that Nissan had to sell them really cheap, I mean below cost. Part of the reason why Nissan dealers and Nissan themselves are in a lot of trouble. But now Nissan's dumped all their old Nissan Rogues from 2023, or at least not all of them, but a lot of them. And we're left with other dealers selling other brands of cars that are sitting in inventory. So we have a list here, guys, very interesting. These are the 2024 models that no one is buying. Dealers are drowning in inventory in stock of these cars, and well, customers are not interested in buying them, which is quite a surprise to me because one of them is one of my favorite cars on the planet. And I think it's actually really, really good. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking, a deep dive into more than 2.6 million new car listings in the United States, compiled by IC Cars, reveals that Stellantis brands, Dodge, Jeep, Alfa Romeo, well, no one really wants those cars. Now, Maserati, they'd be in this list as well, but they have so few cars. They sell so few cars worldwide that there's not a lot of them around. But the truth is, Maserati, which is also a Stellantis brand, are struggling as well. These brands, Dodge, Jeep, and Alfa Romeo, they are sitting on excess inventory, a lot of excess inventory of 2024 models that no one wants. And seeing as we're about to enter 2026, this is a bit of an issue, not just for Stellantis, but also for Stellantis dealers. It's a massive headache for manufacturers and dealers, but for buyers, it could open up an opportunity. That's if you want one of these. I personally don't really have any interest in a Dodge, a Jeep, an Alfa Romeo either. Top spot on this list, and this is the worst offender by a mile, the Dodge Hornet plug-in hybrid. There is 82.1% of the total 2024 inventory on dealer lots across the country. To put that into perspective, the industry average of 2024 models still on lots is just 0.4%. 0.4%. The Dodge Hornet is 81%. 81%. So it's not exactly cheap either. It's $41,000 US for a pretty average car, let's be honest. The Grand Cherokee is also a pretty bad one. That's in second place. Percentage of 2024 inventory for the Jeep Grand Cherokee on dealer lots is 71%. The average price for a Jeep Grand Cherokee is $64,000 US. That's a lot of inventory. In third was the Alfa Romeo Tonale hybrid with only 46.8%. So it kind of gives you some context on just how bad the situation is for the Dodge Hornet and the Jeep Grand Cherokee when they have nearly double the inventory of the Tonale hybrid in third place. In fourth is the Chevrolet Malibu. Let's be honest, the Malibu is not a particularly desirable car either, 31%. But that's a cheaper car. It's only $26,000 US, and US buyers want cheaper cars. If General Motors just discount the Chevrolet Malibu by a little bit, I'm sure they can get rid of those pretty quick. The Dodge Hornet, the non-plug-in hybrid version, there's quite a lot of inventory of that car as well, 26.3%. That starts at a price of $32,800. So it's a fair bit cheaper than the plug-in hybrid version. In fact, it's $10,000 US cheaper. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer is next in sixth place with 24.1%. So you can see the six worst cars for inventory from 2024, which will be 2 years old within a couple of weeks, are all Stellantis brands except for one, the Chevy Malibu. Next, we've got the Genesis GV60 at 22%. Genesis are kind of struggling a little bit, aren't they? Followed by the Dodge Charger, 21%, and the Nissan Z at 19%. Jeep Wrangler, 18%, another Stellantis brand. Hyundai Tucson, 14%. Jeep Grand Wagoneer, 13%. And next, I'm really surprised. I want to know, Americans, why are people not buying the Chevrolet Silverado EV? It's well priced. The amount of batteries you're getting for the price that you're paying, I think it's a really good value car. The Chevrolet Silverado EV, it starts at a price of just under $60,000 US. Of course, if you want to get the super long range version with 500 miles of real world range, it's about $80,000 US. I actually think this is a well-priced pickup truck, regardless of powertrain. Now, of course, the EV version is, this is the EV version. And I think the EV Silverado is a great vehicle. It's got great range, good charging speed, 350 kilowatt charging speed. It's got a mid-gate. It's an awesome feature. I don't understand why there's so much inventory from 2024. How can that be the case? They didn't make many of these in 2024. It doesn't make sense to me. Guys, If you're in the States, I need to know. Please let me know what is going on with this Silverado EV. I want one of these, by the way. I reckon they're great. Anyway, next is the Cadillac XT4, then the Alfa Romeo Giulia, Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Really interesting, isn't it, here, how there's so many Alfas, so many Dodges, and so many Jeeps. The Ford Escape plug-in hybrid is the only Ford in this list. That's followed by the Lincoln Corsair, I guess Lincoln's Ford, and then you've got the GMC Hummer EV, but that's only 5.5%, so that's a pretty not too bad number there, I'd say. Anyway, here's the thing. The overall 2024 average, remember, is only 0.4%. These are all way miles above that, just miles above those numbers. So why do people not want these vehicles? I don't really know. I mean, to be honest, I guess, some Jeeps and Dodges aren't that great, but some of these other vehicles in this list are not too bad. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks for watching.